Stress is a physical and emotional reaction that all of us encounter through the challenges of life. Occasional stress is a normal coping mechanism. However, long-term or chronic stress may contribute to or worsen a range of health problems, including digestive disorders, headaches, sleep disorders, and even depression and anxiety. There's no drug to cure stress, but there are strategies to manage it, including giving your body the right nutritional support. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Janet Walker. For over 16 years, I've been a writer and producer for the award-winning national PBS health information programs, American Health Journal, and Innovations in Medicine. We've interviewed thousands of doctors, scientists, and researchers on every topic related to health and medicine. In this podcast, I'll be focusing on ways to improve your health on a cellular level. We'll also discuss the science, research, and products developed by our sponsor, Life Farm Incorporated, a company dedicated to cellular repair, longevity, and healthy aging. Welcome, listeners. Today I'm so happy to be joined again by Dr. Thomas Stoddard. He's a pioneering practitioner, educator, speaker, writer, inventor, and researcher in the fields of energy medicine. The last time he joined us, Dr. Stoddard told us all about his acoustic restoration therapy, a fascinating DNA resonance signaling technique that uses vibrational patterns to support our core energy, manage stress, and promote healing. Dr. Stoddard is also a global leader in epigenetic nutrition and a scientific advisory board member of Life Farm, our sponsor and the manufacturer of a cell-repairing supplement called Laminine. I asked Dr. Stoddard to talk to us today about stress and to tell us about his expertise and experience with the stress-managing supplement called Laminine. Thank you so much for joining us again, Dr. Stoddard.
Hello, Janet. It's nice to be back and to talk to you again.
Stress and depression impacts so much of the population. Nearly 4% of the world's population, about 280 million people, suffer from depression. I know that you've worked with many patients who suffer from stress. Have you found that stress has been a big factor in the physical and also in mental disease in the last number of years?
It has absolutely increased now, especially with all what's going on, with COVID, with the lockdowns, and basically our system is completely now running completely on the sympathetic nervous system. This is the fight and flight response. So everyone comes in here, but this is what I can see on my little Nihilus machine, it impacts basically each single part of your being. Well, this is more than 90%, I think, It's definitely more than 90%. And when you go really into research, you will read all the same, stress is more than 90% impact of everything. Right? It changes everything in your system.
So Life Farm recently did a webinar with Dr. Kimberly, who's been on the show before, and you talked about the psychoneuroimmunology science study that causes premature aging. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. The problem is today in our society, through the stress we are having, basically nearly 24 hours a day, and the stress is not only coming, what I explain to my clients, is not only coming when you go to work, you're stressed to go out, and it's also stress from your environment, from the TV towers, from the mobile phone, this all impacted on your system, and people are most of the time not aware of this. Yeah. And in the long run, this has a effect on your physical being. The kidney get exhausted and it gives you leaky gut and all this, for the reason why you're running, simply explained, constantly under the sympathetic nervous system. This is like a switch in the brain, it switches over to the sympathetic nervous system. And that means all the other organs shutting down and you're running basically your whole life on your adrenals. And then the adrenals are responsible to keep the whole system running till they get exhausted. Yeah. This is how I explain it really simple for people, And what we need to, I call it like a switch, we need to switch it over to this parasympathetic system as well. But this is what then the nervous vagus comes into the equations and everything. And when a lot of people stress so much, they actually get really tense in their shoulders I think you know that feeling. The neck hurts, you get headaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just have a look the location where the nervous vagus is, where it comes out. It means the muscles pressing to the nerve, isn't it? And this aggravates it too much. Yeah. And that needs to be relaxing again, why the headaches most of the time coming only from one source, and this is from your tense muscles. The blood can flow into the brain properly, isn't it? And the blood transports nutrition, and then the brain misses the nutrition as well. Also, there's so many components it comes to that, and in the long run, it affects everything,
So then anxiety, stress, depression, some of these things can be combated with like nutrition and massage to relieve that.
They can be absolutely combated with nutrition and massage, and when people, they're looking after themselves, this is really good things to do. And most of the time, the people I encounter here is with them, they have then family stress and all this. They're running the whole day. They can't sleep. They sleep only for 2-3 hours. And this has then an impact on the organs, and they're drinking and having not healthy food and whatever. Everything is impacting it, the stress, it stops the body functioning normally. And then deep down there, our body is trying to balance everything. Yeah. And this is when then the blood tests coming into the game and all this. And then you can see how their changes occur. And the thing is, stress is basically everything. When I see it, of course there's genetic stuff as well, but stress is, be honest, 98% or even 99% the cause of everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not only 90 or 80%. I see stress not only, the definition of stress, there's so many definitions as well, but when you see the stress definitions not only physical, but there's stress then in the biofields around your body as well, And when this is out of balance, it makes them much worse. And when this is completely out of balance, there's disruption in there. The body creates new pathways, This is when, let's say, cancer develops or whatever. Cancer is nothing more than just cells that don't know what to do. They're growing and growing, Basically, our body is not only a physical body, it has an energetic field. This is the quantum physics now we're getting into, they give it so many different names, and this is basically an energetic field that is then disrupted as well. This is actually here to protect us and to make it, to stay calm, When something comes in this energetic field, that means the body is trying to regulate it and keep it up so we stay healthy. And this is completely then disturbed when we are under stress. When we're growing older and older, then it has damages on the organs, on everything, and then comes the diagnostic in, you have this and this. But when these fields calm down, then the body will reverse back to his normal state. That is what I discovered.
So we had such a fascinating discussion last time about some of the therapies you're using and your acoustic restoration therapy. But you mentioned a supplement made by our sponsor, Life Farm, called Laminine. And so many of our experts have mentioned it. So I'd like to go into some detail about Laminine and what it is. Let me start by asking, how important is nutritional supplementation for stress-related conditions and for general health?
I think it's a major component of everything to help to regulate, to reduce the effects of stress and the general health. The reason is our body needs energy to process everything we're doing, and this causes chemical reactions in our body, yes? And when this chemical reaction hasn't got enough nutrition, what we need, and this is mostly the amino acids, where our body makes mostly all his nutrition by itself. Not many people know that either, but it is the way it is. And this is why it's so important, and this is why I love the product so much. Why it really does the job it says it does.
So what is Laminine?
It's made basically from a fertilized egg. And what I like on it, the most of it, it has all amino acids in it. And I mean all of it, not only one or two. Yeah, then it has all, even 22 amino acids in it. And those amino acids are the building blocks of life. Yeah. As it's like you're building a house. You need to have the whole structure. You need to have the bricks, each single one. And this helps the body to regenerate in an absolutely amazing way. And there's also another component in there they called FGF2. And this has medically known as well, has an endogenous inhibitor of anxiety. Yeah, it's well known in this one, and this is absolutely amazing. And the process how they created Laminine is it brings basically all nutrients to the part of the body who needs to repair first. Yeah, and that is really like this. And I must really say, I run my whole clinic just under Laminine now.
Really?
I have absolutely cancelled, and this is not made up, over 90-70% of my other products. Why? It just does the job for me. I work differently. Yes, it is. And this is another reason why I'm doing all this, why people need to become aware. And I just love it, yeah.
How long have you known about Laminine? How long have you been using it for your patients?
I must say, I don't know, it's not 4 years, 5 years. And when I was first introduced to it, I was so busy and all this. And I haven't got time to look at it. Till I had a look at the ingredients. And then I just started to test it on myself. And I said, oh, that's something different. And then I asked my old patient, I said, listen, I got something new. And do you mind to give it a go? And whoa, they loved it. They got so much energy immediately, and I said, oh, okay. And then I did the testing on it. So I started to do my own research. Yeah. And after I've done my own research, then I looked all up the research they have, and I said, oh, this is even better than what they're explaining here. Why? And so it just developed out like this, and you can find basically all the evidence, even in every single research, there's always amino acids coming up, but they're using a singular. And I think when the body is using the amino acids, your body knows exactly which one he needs, and it's on the further studies, you need to look up Life Farm on the website. And it's I think on my website as well anyway. And there's a few videos in there, for the man who developed it. It's just amazing, and so I'm using it.
And they've done a number of clinical studies.
Oh, yeah, not only clinical studies, what I love on it, in America, all their products is actually described by medical doctors as well. And this is a big step. But they're really sticking to the regulations, it's clean, it has this, and this I just love. And I can later tell you stories about it, what I have seen. It's not only good for humans, it's absolutely amazing for animals.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
Now that I hadn't heard, and I'm very familiar with Laminine because as a producer for the American Health Journal and Innovations in Medicine for PBS, we've done a number of segments about their research and about the development of the product. And this is the first I've heard that people are using it for their pets or for their animals.
I have big horses. I got warm bloods, and they're basically 17 hands, and they're designed to do dressage, also competitions. And they've never been sick. And I got friends, Australia, we have a lot of horses here.
Yeah.
And a friend, she was a big competition in something else, and there was something that's called Queensland itch from the heat. The horses, they're so itchy, they're ripping their hair out. They're really bad conditions. And I said, when it's so good for the human beings, must be better for the animals as well. And all the horses she treated with it, she gave the Laminine, they were within a couple of weeks, they stopped biting everything, and even the hair could grow back. And then I started to use it on injured animals, and this was even better. And I had even clients that tested it first on the animals, I had a lady, the dog was 18 years old. He could not walk anymore and basically everything in the litter, but she didn't wanted to put him down and all this, while she loved him so much, of course, and she did everything. And giving him Laminine, within 2 days, he was running around the flat, went to his litter, did all his stool normally again. Then she thought, no, that can't be. And then she stopped again. Then 3 days later, he was just lying there. And that helped that little dog to survive another 2 years without pain, by the way.
Wow.
And Janet, the really funny thing is, they need so much less than we do.
But not the horses. The horses must need a much larger dose.
Janet. No.
Really?
My horse, I don't have 600 kilos. This is maybe why the camera doesn't work. It is just absolutely amazing. They need much less. I have people they're taking Laminine. Recently, I said I did it in a recording. They can see the people. I saved a lady, they wanted to amputate her leg. And within 4 weeks, when you see the wound, I could not even believe it, And within 4 weeks, it was closed. And there was a big wound on the leg down to the bones. And the dosages were tremendous, but this is why I'm so specialized in it, and this is why I can help people, I just need to know, how they are and then I can give them the right dosages and all this, and for the stress, absolutely much better. You will be surprised,
Well, one of the studies that we did a program on was the Life Farm telomere study that showed that the Laminine actually works on the ends of the chromosomes to lengthen those telomeres, restoring those cells. And so I guess that works, whether it's human, whether it's an animal, we all have those cells and those telomeres, right? The ends of the chromosomes.
Absolutely. I have seen things, and trust me, everyone on Laminine, I'll tell you quickly a few experience. Young woman, severe menstrual cycles, really bad, out of time and too late, too early, blocked everything. Within not even 1-2 months, they all come back to normal with each one.
Wow.
Yeah. And especially for anxiety and all this, that's going to be reduced within not even a week, to be honest, and for even for pain, for everything, and there is a certain things that I know how to do it so people are aware of it. I can use my machines are here, but the thing is, when someone is in a lot of pain, it takes a while till their receptors in the brain say, okay, it's getting less, there's a little bit hint you can make people aware, but it is absolutely, that's the reason, another reason why I'm using only this one now, why it is just amazing. And there's with the telomeres as well. And I had people on it, a gentleman on it many years ago, he should not be here anymore either, but he's now over 72. He still runs 10 kilometers a day. Neither running. And all his scar tissues disappeared. All of them. There is no scars in the body anymore. And he was a wild man, Australian, being in Sydney, doing all this sailing and boxing. And it's all disappeared within a couple of 1-2 years. He said, all my scar tissue is gone. It really repairs you completely, but you have to give it time. It's not done in a second, And
right.
You can when you know how much to give and all this, you can increase the productivity of it, And this has to do emotionally as well,
And let's talk about the safety of the product. It's all whole food ingredients, correct?
Yes.
So, unless someone is allergic to eggs, because one of the main ingredients for the fibroblast growth factor is the egg extract. So aside from someone who's allergic to eggs, and possibly shellfish with the marine protein that's added to it, it's a completely safe product. Is that correct?
It's absolutely correct. And I had a few people, they are allergic to all this. And especially, I mean, I make everyone aware and ask them. And then sometimes, you know, they forgot to tell me. And then, oh my God, I have this and this. And I say, okay, don't panic. Do me a favor. Just don't take it a week and then just take one tablet. And they did. And guess what's happening? They start feeling better. They have no allergic reaction for it anymore.
Interesting.
I had a lady, she had actually a wart on her nose. Well, she was the first one what did happen. And, and then she took that. And then the next day she called, when she got the product, and then she said, oh my God, I'm feeling so sick. It's nothing for me, da 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 da. I said, well, don't panic. I mean, just send it back when it's like this. But do me a favor, so just give it a break, you know, and then take just one tablet and see your body's tolerating it or not, you know. And 3 weeks later, she called me up. Her wart completely fell off, and she felt so good with it.
Wow.
You know. Also, that is my experience with it. And I said, oh, wow, that's really amazing. I have been, until now, sometimes people get when it's too much, you know, and but you have to remember, when you're taking the Laminine, it not only gives you nutrition, this activates your consciousness, okay? It's really important to know. It's not only the nutrition, you know, this is, when you're thinking a medical way.
What do you mean by that? It activates your consciousness.
What do you think what's happened to your body when you're getting certainly so much energy in there? It's not only going there and tells you, hey, deal with, let's say, with the liver and whatever, you know. This is a whole system. There's getting fired everywhere, you know. And that is what I teach people with my thing, and they're all using the Laminine as well. But the thing is, you need to be aware of it, you know. It's not only taking a pill, the symptom goes away. The reason why you have a symptom is stress, you know, and this is all stored in your body, you know. And Laminine really awakens it. Trust me, this one.
Interesting.
We can make probably an extra podcast about this. I would love to, but it is a different approach how to see things, you know. And I use it sometimes, you know, so people sleep coming bed, and for kids that works amazing. For kids, and you just need to give one or even just a half of the thing, you know, and the parents see immediately an effect how calm they are.
Well, it's interesting because one thing that expert after expert that I've talked to has said about this product is it's a smart product. It fills in the gaps and it goes to where your body needs it. So if the issue is sleep, it helps you sleep. If it's anxiety, it helps you be calm. If it's joint pain, it helps your joint. So I've talked to, you know, chiropractors. I've talked to mental health practitioners, and it seems like they all say the same thing. It goes where the body needs it to go. It's a very smart product. And I don't know if that's the FGF, the fibroblast growth factor, that's doing that.
It's the whole combination of it. You need to look the history on it as well, you know. And now I come in with this one, even when it restores, you know, and what I have seen on my people, you know, how they're changing as well, you know. And this is mentally as well. They get so much better, you know. And
is there a typical dose, you know, 1 or 2, once a day, twice a day?
The maintenance here is always with my people there. I got another device that measures their, what is it called? I forgot always. A quantum magnetic resonance body analyzer. I forgot to mention this one. And this measures your mineral levels and all this, and everything, amino acids, intracellular. And when this one is in the green, I say to my people, okay, your tank is full. And then I start reducing everything. Yeah, but then the body has enough energy to do it by itself. And when people are really depleted and have things, and I can only talk at the moment by, you know, my main clientele is cancer and stage 4 cancers. They're on high doses. They have sometimes 12 a day minimum.
Wow.
And the digestives are a vital part of it as well, you know. I love their product, the digestive, why this has basically 3 products in one. It says prebiotics, probiotics, and digestive enzymes.
So there's other products that complement the Laminine.
Yeah, there are other ones as well. Not only Laminine, they have digestives, and they have immune plus, I call it. That is absolutely magic. Yeah. And they have amazing omega, also fish oils. What I used my body as guinea pig, and I must really say, after swallowing nearly 1 or 2 packages in a week, within a month or 2, all my gray hair disappeared. I don't have so many, but you could really see a difference. By the way, when we're talking about hair, is my people, also my people I know, my clientele here, they are on Laminine since many years now. And you can really see, especially with the woman, also the nails growing bigger, stronger. And really gray hair disappears. And absolutely, and your wrinkles disappear as well after a while. You look much younger. It is absolutely amazing. And I bring back to the telomeres. I have seen it all the time, and I still have not figured out why the animals need so much less than we do, but it's probably our thought process, where this requires energy as well, but it's absolutely amazing, yeah. Also,
I'm going to have to start taking it. Everybody I talk to, all the experts love it, so I think I'm going to have to order some and start and give it a try.
Janet, the thing is, it's not only, this is what I try, this is completely new now, like with the beds, it's not only you feeling better, it changes you. It, on people not aware when they're changing, when the body has more energy, you have more communication skills, and one thing you have to think, in one way, the stress you had until now, this is basically what makes people sick. Yeah. And when you have less stress, I discovered people that do not realize when they feel better. But they're still in their stress situation. They think, I have to survive, I have to work and all this, They do not realize when they're walking with less pain till I make them aware of it, So when you basically come to me in the clinic, sometimes I use, I got a certain stuff that really calms you down as well, not only the beds, the body needs more help. And
I just want to mention, you've mentioned the beds a few times. I just want to remind our listeners, the beds that Thomas is talking about are part of his acoustic restoration. Part of his acoustic restoration therapy, which is all part of his DNA resonance signaling program. We talked about that in a previous episode. So I just wanted to, in case our listeners missed that episode, please go back and listen to it, and you'll learn about this fascinating technology that uses this DNA resonance signaling and these acoustic restoration therapy beds. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to get that in case people were confused if they didn't listen to the last episode.
Sorry, I forgot about it. It's just about Laminine. I just never done this, No, but this is why the combination works so well. But the Laminine is absolutely, that will help you so much reduce your pain. You will be surprised. And you need to get
Wonderful.
You need to get the immune up in there as well. That stuff is absolutely magic.
Actually, the immune I've started taking. I have started taking the immune and the digestive. So
how is it?
Little by little, I'm, as I'm talking to the experts about these products, and I'm getting interested in how they might bring health to me. So I've started taking them, but the Laminine I haven't taken yet. So
okay, Laminine, you're taking definitely 2 or 3 Laminine in the morning and at midday. Do not take it after 3 o'clock. You can't sleep at night. The stuff is so strong.
Oh, so Laminine is best taken in the morning.
In the morning at midday. I want you to have 6
morning
a day.
and midday.
And then let me know within a couple of weeks how your pain is doing. Get it in.
Okay, I will.
I have not sold any multivitamins, anything, since over 4 years in my clinic. You don't need it anymore. There is a little bit of misinformation we have from medicine. Our body makes its own minerals, vitamins, everything. I had many people that were all their life iron deficient. They were certainly after half a year, the blood tests come back with normal iron levels. not giving anything. And the last one had vitamin D deficiencies all her life and certainly back to normal. That's what I
Yeah,
saw.
I take vitamin D. So, I mean, that's a good point as far as the cost of all the different vitamins and minerals and things that people take. If Laminine, digestive and immune are really filling in all the gaps and taking care of the whole gut system and the immune system,
I can
and
definitely,
and regenerating the cells, then they probably don't need all the vitamin D, vitamin C, glucosamine, and all the other, iron and all the other supplements that they're taking.
Yeah, and they have a special product that's called the Revive. There is all-in-one sachets, and you don't have to open 5 bottles, That's what I give to my people for maintenance. And they have this once a month, and that's it. And they don't need to spend anything extra anymore, giving this for the gut and this, But in the long run, it's still the cheapest version. What I have discovered, I mean, it talks here by itself. My people, they are on it since years now, and not only for 2-3 months till they feel better, but they understand the process. And doesn't mean you don't need other things, But I mean, it does the job here for me, and I only give I deal with sick people. It can only be so maintenance, right. They have. The last lady dead with the leg, she was on 12 immune a day.
Wow.
But when you see what they did, they wanted to amputate the leg on the same day, and they refused. Within 4 weeks, it was closed.
Wow.
I have all the evidence. We even showed it on a live farm video, what I did with Kimberly, and and then I said, basically, oh my God, that really works. But for animals, still less. But it saved an animal. It was a show horse, and put his hooves in the thing and cut his whole hoof up, everything. And they said, well, you cannot put it on, there will be a scar. And guess what? No scar tissue at all.
Wow.
That is how really potent it is,
Well, I know that people that I've talked to throughout the interviews I've done that take the product really swear by it. I mean, I've heard story after story about how good people feel.
Laminine, what I tell my people is a purely just a nutritional product, and it complements everything, even when they are. We got even here a few people, I use it for people, they do chemotherapy and radiation to help to reduce the symptoms. Now, a few doctors, they are trained in nutrition. They say, okay, that's safe, take it, and then they take it and they can really have a reduction in that one as well. Right? It's basically just working on the nutritional basics, and it's absolutely. I can go on for hours now, what I have seen the last 4 or 5 years, but I have seen doesn't fit in one podcast either. But the thing is, the combination, this is the best product, I must really say, what enabled me to reduce all the other products. It doesn't mean the other products are bad. It's just, I needed a product when you reduce it, it still keeps the people healthy. With all the other stuff, you need to keep them on the same dosages for years and years. And I just think differently, And then even when you have a good nutrition, then one Laminine is enough a day,
Well, there's just a lot of excitement about the results that people are getting when they're taking Laminine.
Yeah.
And I know that the clinical studies are amazing too. So
they're good. Yeah, they're absolutely outstanding. But the clinical studies, they're amazing. But other studies from the people, they're even getting more amazing. And what is really amazing actually is for psoriasis, for skin conditions. They heal so much quicker with that. It's just, and that makes sense when you read the studies also. And I use it now for my people in here, and I get amazing results as well. Also, and they're happy with it.
And Laminine's manufactured in the U.S. using the FDA good manufacturing practices. So Again, it's high quality, whole food, safe, effective, just a good product.
When you give the right nutrition, you will be surprised how the body is able to restore itself. It's just absolutely amazing. And you will see your difference just with the nutrition now, And, but the only difference is now what I make people aware now is not only you're changing, the symptoms are gone. There is a reason why you had the symptoms.
Thank you so much for being with us again, Dr. Thomas.
Yeah, thank you, Janet, for this little talk as well again. And I would love to talk to you about all the other stuff I'm bringing into the world now so people know about it. And looking forward to that one as well.
Great. Listeners, if you'd like to learn more about Dr. Thomas Stoddecker's practice, please check the description page or Facebook page for the Healthy Cells, Healthy You podcast. And to learn more about Laminine and the other products manufactured by Life Farm, please visit www.lifefarm.com. I'm your host, Janet Walker. Thanks so much for listening. Together, we'll build healthy cells and a healthy you.